Lake Tahoe is a place of many firsts for Andrew and Megan. It was their first trip after moving to San Francisco, their first Thanksgiving together, their first vacation with the dog, and their first time climbing outdoors without a guide on a sport route. You look at pictures of the lake or of the peaks on Instagram and can't believe this place exists. Maybe it's the altitude, maybe it's the trees and the birds that live in them. Maybe it's the bright blue water against the usually deep blue sky. Maybe it's the dock that stretches into the water that Megan and Andrew like to sit on to watch the sun go down. Maybe it's the space and the trees and the bears. But whatever it is, to these two, it's magic. They wouldn't be who they are as humans and as a couple were it not for this place.
Megan, one time you told me you like when vows are about the future instead of the past. This is what I think our future will be like. Draft beers on a Sunday afternoon after a moderate hike. Watching the sun go down from the car window and pulling into turnouts to spot grizzly bears. Being with you has given me the confidence to overcome fears. It wasn't very long ago that I was afraid of heights and steep cliffs, but also I was afraid of not belonging or being alone. And seeing you makes me feel the opposite. I feel your presence, your acceptance, and your confidence. This is the best gift you've given me and what I want to give to you every day. I won't be selfish or complacent or controlling. I want you to accomplish whatever you want to in life. I want you to live every day knowing that you have me, that you have friends, and that you have family. Everything I want in life is right in front of us. I love you always.
On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies between you and leaves and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up at all hours of the night with its needs. It needs to be fed so it will grow and stay healthy. Love doesn't like being left alone for long, but come home and love is always happy to see you.
Andrew, we made it. We're here. I would say that I can't believe it, that we would overcome every hurdle and fix every glitch that has happened so far. But to be totally honest, you never let me stop believing that we would make it. Your optimism and laid-back attitude have gotten us through all this and everything else. I can believe we made it to today, which is exactly 9 years to the day that we met. I used to think being optimistic was something people grow out of. Because I grew out of it. I figured you would eventually join me on this realistic island of mine, but you never did. You kept on figuring it out. You knew things would work out, regardless of how hopeless I felt. You were actually inviting me to join you on your island. And wouldn't you know it, it's okay. You have shown me that people do outgrow optimism, but it becomes hope. It becomes love and patience and understanding. It becomes trips across the country to live in a strange city with a crazy dog because that's what we wanted to do. It becomes a day trip to LA to watch the Falcons play in a playoff game in person. It becomes a new hobby even when your biggest fear is falling and steep cliffs. I wonder if before I just didn't recognize your hope for what it was. Now that I do, it all makes sense. It did all work out, and we are here. We have so much to look forward to. And it's filled with hope and filled with determination, which is really the best of both worlds. I love you.
One tradition for Jewish weddings is breaking of the glass. There are a multitude of explanations for why we break the glass in Jewish tradition, but the most common is a reminder that even in times of joy, we must remember that brokenness is part of life. As we have a smaller ceremony than Andrew and Megan would have liked, and as you may watch this from your computer screen, it is impossible to forget that pain and suffering are present in our world. Things feel more fragile than ever, especially in our current climate. Another interpretation is that it represents that our souls are shattered when we are born so that we may find our other half and reunite through marriage. We celebrate the shattering as a means to a higher purpose. By the authority vested in me by American Marriage Ministries and the state of California, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss.
You did it? Yeah.